People, welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we want to discuss the magic people, South Africa's special people, South Africa's first class citizens, the ones who believe that they are above the law. The Afrikaner people, for some reason, they just won't let it go. They want it to be known that they are above everybody else. And they are willing to do anything in their power, even to bring America into our internal politics, if that's what it means for them to prove that they are better than the rest. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know, we family, right? Holla. People, you know, there are two kinds of people in South Africa. There are proudly South African people, and then there's the Afrikaners. Well, I'm not sure if they are proudly South African because given an opportunity to go become a refugee in another country, they take it. Those that remain are like, well, we don't like that rule, we don't like this rule, we don't like that rule, we don't. But they forgetting that when they were in power, they had so many rules that they disadvantaged so many other people, other race groups. Now that the other race groups have the opportunity to disempower them, they don't like it. Afrikaner people, please listen to me carefully, right? Firstly, you are not South Africans. Let's start there, right? You cannot deny that you are not from Africa. Yes, you were born in Africa. Anybody can be born in China. Doesn't make them Chinese, right? Now, firstly, your ancestors, grandfathers, great-grandfathers are from Europe. So let's start there. So before you want to fight and change rules in an African country that you were born in, that you don't feel you belong in, how about you go and try and repatriate yourself back to the land of your forefathers? I mean, guys, let's be honest, okay? Let's be real. We go back to the days of apartheid, right? There were rules and laws in place that clearly favored a few. We agree on that. Okay, fast forward to 94. Those rules were reversed. And now the rules are meant to balance the imbalances. And for some reason, those same rules are now being made to benefit a few. But now those few are not Afrikaners. And that's becoming a problem. Now, I don't mind if people are going to fight for equality for everybody. I don't mind if the Afrikaner people are going to say, look, America, crime in South Africa is out of hand. We, the Afrikaner people, the colored people, the Indian people, and the black people are all affected. Please come and do something. That, my friends, is a proudly South African way of doing things. But if you want to do a proudly Afrikaner way of doing things, then by all means, pack up, go to the land of your forefathers, go to the land of Donald Trump, and go and stay there among other white people. Then you don't have to put up with all this black nonsense that you don't like. Now, here's the thing. If you don't like it in Africa, please, by all means, leave. If you don't like the BEE rules because it doesn't favor you, by all means, leave. If you don't like the expropriation of land without compensation because farms are laying fallow for 25 years and no activity on them, but you feel it's your land and you're entitled to it, so you don't have to do anything to it because you bought it, please leave. If you feel kill the bull, kill the farmer, it's irritating your ears, your sound, your everything, just cannot take it no more, please leave. For me, it's sad that South Africa has so many serious issues that everybody in South Africa is facing, not just Afrikaner people. But for some reason, an Afrikaner delegation goes all the way to America. They came back recently with 4 key issues that they raised to the great orange man in America. What I fail to understand is this, right? Donald Trump is aiding and abetting a genocide against the Palestinians. He bombed the Houthis. He bombed Iran's nuclear facilities. Unprovoked. The Afrikaners see Donald Trump as some sort of a savior, some sort of a hero. People, Donald Trump is applying. Well, people, he is approving deadly weapons to be used on innocent women and children in Palestine. Missiles are being dropped on tents. Now, do you know why he's doing that? It's because those people are not white. Those are brown people. Donald Trump is a blatant racist. Donald Trump and his Benjamin Netanyahu, those are racist people. Donald Trump knows he's a racist. I can guarantee you that he knows that for a fact. Here's the funny thing. The Afrikaner people are racist. They know it. They know they are racist. So what are they doing? They are lining themselves up with other racist people. That's what's going on. Now, here's my thing, right? If the Afrikaner people are proudly South African, and if the Afrikaner people are really sorry about apartheid, do you think that align themselves with Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu? Let's be honest. If the Afrikaner people are really sorry about apartheid, wouldn't they try to solve South Africa's issues? No. The honest truth is they do not care about the rest of South Africa. They only care about the Afrikaners. Not all the Afrikaner people are with this certain group that want to separate themselves from the rest of South Africa. Now, it's okay to be racist. Fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I can be racist if I want to. I mean, I can just go out there and blatantly just say whatever the hell I like to whoever the hell I want to say to. That's my prerogative. I can do it, right? But we don't do it. South Africa has a a ton of issues that need solving. Part of the problem is the government. Even that needs solving. But don't make it an exclusive Afrikaner only issue. Now here's the thing. 4 key issues that the Afrikaner people raised with that yellow orange man in America, right? Here's the thing. Number 1, they said farm murders must be made a priority. And farm murders must be investigated by the hawks. That's like the elite of the elite, right? Do I have a problem with that? No, I don't have a problem with that. Farm murders, to protect South Africa's food security, we need to protect the farmers. I get that. If we're doing it in the context of, say, food security, then by all means, let's prioritize farm murders. The sad thing about it is, statistics show that farm murders are not as high, and they are not being perpetrated by random people that are being politicized at all. I mean, the proof is in the stats. These are people, maybe organized gangs, that prey on the concentration of wealth, as it may be, in secluded areas, like farms, right? There are far more people being killed on the Cape Flats or in colored and black townships on a daily basis than farm murders occur. So should farm murders be made a priority over townships and informal settlements? I mean, one farm murder, let's just give an example. So if a farm murder happens, let's just say one farm murder happens once a month, right? A farm murder happens once a month. We're going to prioritize that. Okay. Let's say 5 murders happen in black and colored townships every weekend. You know, I'm not going to say every day. Let me say every weekend, right? 5, right? Maybe 2 murders in the colored areas, 3 murders in the black townships. So that's 5 combined, right? 5 combined in a weekend compared to a farm murder in a month. So you tell me that one farm murder must be a priority over these 5 other murders that's happening every weekend. Is that what you're telling me? I'm just giving an example. That's just a brief example, because the rate at which colored males and black males are being murdered, even females are being murdered in South Africa, is way higher than farm murders on any given day, right? And some of the farm murders are not even conducted or perpetrated by criminals, but more by family infighting. Some, I didn't say all, I said some. Some are even the farmers killing workers. Does Donald Trump, do the Afrikaner farmers, do they address that particular issue? I've never heard him saying farmers need to stop killing farm workers. I've never heard none of them raise that. Do you know why? Because they're killing black people. Palestinians are being murdered by American bombs, American jets are killing Palestinian people. Who's supplying them? That orange man, Donald Trump, a racist person. I keep telling you that. Benjamin Netanyahu, a racist person. The Afrikaner people aligning themselves with racists, a racist person. Those are racist people. Now here's the thing. When you, as a normal brown black person, you stand with Palestine, you know what you're told? You're standing with terrorists. Okay. One man's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist. I totally get it. Because you are not black, you won't understand what it means to be a terrorist or a freedom fighter. You wouldn't know that. How is it possible that you, as an Afrikaner person, can come to Africa, colonize people's land, and refer to those people as terrorists, and yet you are the one who brought your brand of violence to take over land that was never yours, and you still refer to the locals as terrorists? Are you kidding me? That's one. Number 2, they said ANC must distance itself from kill the farmer, kill the Boer. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That is a bitter pill to swallow, telling black people not to sing a struggle song that's got nothing to do about killing the farmers per se. Of course, if you're not black, you won't understand it. So, I don't know. That's like asking the Americans to distance themselves from singing the Star Spangled something. Can't remember whatever the anthem is called. I don't know if they will do it. It's like telling the Americans to distance themselves from what Israel is doing. I don't know if the American government can do that. I don't think so. But they demand that the ANC do that? Yeah. Hmm. You see, Ramaphosa already said Julius Malema has the right to do to sing whatever he has to sing because he has freedom of speech. The courts have found nothing wrong with that. The courts, the Afrikaner people have a problem with the courts. They don't accept that because it's not in their favor. Problem. Okay, let's go. Number 3. Land expropriation must be done fairly. Goodness. My goodness. Where did the government say we are going to attach all Afrikaner farms with no compensation? Where did the government said land that is not being used? Afrikaner people. Afrikaner people. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Can you just leave already? If you're not happy now, leave. There's Zimbabwe, there's Mozambique, there's Zambia, there's Malawi, there's Uganda, there's that. Leave. Just freaking leave. Right? Leave. Don't come here trying to alter things to suit your narrative. If you are truly South African, you will fight for the rights of every single person in South Africa, not just your rights. Now, how about me tell you this? You weren't even here when the colored people were here. The Khoisan people were here. Khoi and the San people were here. You were not even here. But here you are having acres and hectares of land that you took from those people. And you still have the audacity to say you bought it. Who did the first white people buy that land from? Who? Then they're going to say, no, here's a sale or what? A deed of sale between some Afrikaner person and some Bantu or some Khoisan person. Did that person clearly understand in his language what was happening? Really? I don't think so. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. You are clearly not a South African. You are clearly not an African. You are clearly not proud to be associated with the land that you claim is yours. Which just goes to show you that it's not your land. So here's my thing. You want to separate yourselves from the rest of us. Your problems must be prioritized. Everybody else's problems are none of your business. Right? That's the attitude we're getting. Well, that's cool. So let's all play that same game, right? Now, here's the thing. Why doesn't the ANC just do this? Why doesn't the ANC say, okay, this is what we are going to do. We are going to replay apartheid as it played out from 1945 to 1993, right? We are going to play it out play by play, the way it was then, right? Separation for everybody, right? Blacks one side, whites one side, cool. Whites don't get no jobs. Whites must be excluded from everything. We reverse. We give all the farms to the black people and the colored people. White people must be put into the townships. Exactly the way the Afrikaner people had it. How about we do that? Would you really like it? Because we know it's impossible to do. And besides, we don't have the heart to do that. Right? But imagine if we did that. What type of complaints would you have then? Imagine if the roles were reversed and you were thrown into townships, far from the cities and all that. What complaints would you have then? Did you ever think about that? So, what makes you so special that your problems are better than everybody else's problems? Please tell me, what makes you so special? We are all affected by crime. All of us. All of us. But all of a sudden, because it's you, now it's an issue. Everybody else, it's not an issue. Yours is the issue. Man, come on. Get a life. Leave. If you're not happy, leave. I always say that. Leave. Israel is open. Go to Israel. You can pray. Dude, you have the right to be as racist as you want to be in Israel. No, in fact, take up refugee status. Donald Trump openly invited you. I don't know why you're going to have meetings with Donald Trump. Come see what's happening. Just go to Donald Trump. Tell him, look here, here's my particulars. I also want to apply for refugee asylum or whatever the case may be. Just leave. Fourth one. Donald Trump says American companies must be exempt from BEE. Woo! Donald Trump, let us explain to you how this thing works. You don't run the world. You don't run Africa. You don't run South Africa. You can demand all you want to demand. You're not going to get a damn. You're not going to get a damn thing. You won't. If you do get a damn thing, trust me, it's the ANC bending over for no apparent reason, which they do not need to bend over for. In fact, here's my thing, right? America can take the AGOA away. Hell, they can take it. America, dude, America can even cut trade, diplomatic, everything with South Africa. It wouldn't change a thing. Wouldn't. Not even. Nada. You know what will affect? Yeah, it will affect trade. But let's see the basics. Will we have electricity? Of course. Will we have housing? Of course. Will we have education? Of course. Will we have food? Of course. So why should we worry? Oh, business is going to be affected. Of course. Business will always be affected. Business will look for new markets. It's going to be difficult, but business will. Some way, somehow, we look for subsidies to try and help carry the affected businesses for as long as we can, right? For as long as we can, we'll subsidize them for as long as we can, just to keep them afloat while we're finding new markets for them. It's going to be a rough ride, but we'll get through it. Like everything else, nothing stays or remains the same forever. So America's got this one thing that it has hanging over South Africa's head. If you don't do this, we will cut trade. If you don't do this, we're going to cut trade. If you don't do this, we're going to cut. People, America is not all what it seems to be. It is a diminishing power. It is a dying power. China is a rising power. We need to align more with the Chinese because that is where the world is moving. Trust me. So, to the Afrikaner people, I say gleefully, and I say this smilingly, and I say this wholeheartedly, your problems are not unique. You are not angels. You are not immune to whatever else every single other people are going through. You are human, just like everybody else. Even though you think you are better than us, even though you think you are a superior race, even though you think your culture is better than everybody's culture, just because you think you look like Donald Trump, so therefore you are Donald Trump and whatever. People, in our world where we exist, we live in the real world. Your whiteness, your superiority has no place in Africa. So if you don't want to work with us, please leave. If you don't want to live with us, please leave. If you don't want to insert, or if you don't want to blend in with us, if you just don't want to be a South African anymore, please leave. Just leave. Because we have problems. South Africa has more than enough problems to deal with on top of the Afrikaner problem. We do not need an added problem from the ones we already have. So take your baggage and leave. That's all we're asking. We cannot keep going back and forth with Afrikaner people, this Afrikaner people, that Afrikaner. No, we are not going to do that. A minority, a freaking, a minuscule want to be the, and yet the must be seen as the. Gee whiz. I've never seen or heard of a more entitled group of people than the Afrikaner people. Not all Afrikaner people, I must say that. Not all Afrikaner people are bad, trust me. But the ones that are backing these, that are going for Donald Trump and trying to get some external intervention. Woo! Israel is open. Texas is calling. Leave. What do they call them? The voortrekkers. The voortrekkers. Voortrekker. Let me know what you think about this video. Was it on the money, or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know, we family, right? Holler.